So, yeah, so then you contacted us, right?
Yeah.
And I think I remember maybe you guys went out of town or something because there was like a delay.
Yeah, we left out of town for a week. And then I think in between there's when we actually went to the vet between the initial appointment and that's when I told that I was seeing, I made an appointment to see you, and he actually said, like, don't do it, you know, it's gonna make his aggression worse, like highly discouraging the e-collar. And so I started freaking out, and he recommended I see another, a veterinary behavioral specialist now, and I forget the title, but basically it's a veterinarian that specializes in behavioral disorders or behavioral problems.
Yeah.
So I started Googling this doctor, and it's like a 3 or 4 month wait to get in to see this doctor. I even tried having him get me in sooner. I couldn't get in to see this doctor. And at this point, my daughter is now like starting to crawl and move around, and I'm really starting to panic because my dog's stealing everything and growling and snapping. And it got to the point that I think I don't truly know, he never went after her, but I think there were a few moments he was resource guarding her, where if we put her like in a playpen, he did not want us to go to her. He would sit kind of in front of the playpen and start growling, and I encouraged him to go outside at that point because it scared me so much that I didn't want to escalate the situation and make him go into full out guarding mode.
Correct.
So needless to say, when I reached out to you, I was literally, it became a point for me of the dog stays or the dog goes, because at that point it was my daughter's safety, and we had invested a lot in him. We love our dog, but it literally became a point of what do we do now? Like, we've tried a couple dog trainers, we talked to the vet, like what direction do we go now?
Yeah, and this is a very common thing that I get a lot, whether I get clients that have been to the veterinarian, their dog's on the fluoxetine like I mentioned before, or they've been through all these like behavioral therapists or like people with PhDs that specialize in dog behavior, and tell them like same thing as I told you, like it'll be 1 to 2 years before we see any results. It might take 4 years and things like that, and that's if you go their route. But the other part of what they don't tell you is a lot of times it just doesn't work, unfortunately. Like they draw you in for 1 to 2 years and you're just investing, and then at the end they go, you know what, it's just going to take more time, just keep practicing what I taught you, and then they're gone, which sucks, you know.
Yeah.
I literally had clients spend $10,000 on behavioral therapy for their dog, only to be told like, oh, it's going to just take longer than we thought.
Yeah.
You know, and it really kind of draws people in. And I understand the positive concept because he's an animal. We're thinking like he doesn't know any better. You see him as a family member, you know, because he had him since a pup.
Yeah.
And you're not wanting to use any negative, but negative, it's a balance. It's between both positive and negative. When I deal with behavior, especially my more severe aggression cases, I don't care so much about the positive because I care about stopping the behavior first. And then we bring in the positive stuff, you know, because if we try to do everything all at once, it's like you're not a dog trainer, you know?
By no means.
Yeah, well, most of my clients, 99.9% of my clients are not dog trainers. You know, they're just your average dog owner. And, trying to teach them all these concepts it's too much. So it's like, what works? What do we need at minimum to make sure we get progress? And that's where like things like the e-collar come into play, because it's just a consequence for things.